What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today we're going to try to fix the idle on my 2003 EVO 8. Hopefully we can figure out what's going on, try to fix it with this old laptop, and go for a drive. Since the last video of this car, I did a bunch of stuff to it. So that includes getting a new FP exhaust manifold. Man, it's a little rusty already and it's barely been out. I didn't get it coated. I don't think I needed to be honest with you guys. It's totally okay. Because the original one actually was cracked right down the whole side over here. And so I thought maybe that was causing all the issues that I was having reading, improper AFRs and stuff. So I replaced that. I also ended up replacing the O2 sensor, the main one all the way down there. That didn't fix it. I've replaced the idle air control valve probably 5 or 6 times now. That doesn't fix it. After doing that and this, and I mean, you name it, man. I've done so many things. I've checked for boost leaks. I've checked for vacuum leaks. I've done a lot of like removal of the factory stuff just so I don't have any issues with vacuum. Dude, there's nothing else on here. So it's either a really crappy tune, which is possible. I don't know if that guy still tunes anymore. I'm going to be going to somebody else. Or the fuel injectors are pretty much shot. And I don't know. They are FIC fuel injector clinics. They're 1450cc injectors. So if I need a tune after today, then I'm just going to do E85 as well as 93 because I think I can get a little bit more power out of this thing than what I'm doing right now. Last time I dynoed it at 340 to the wheels and 330 foot-pounds of torque. So not too bad. All right, guys, I apologize because the power steering pump, I think, is going out, which is why it's making such a horrible freaking whining noise right now. But if you guys notice, it's kind of jumping around a lot. So see that? It's idling at about 11, goes up a little bit, and then watch, it drops. Yeah, it drops to like 8, 7, and then the engine will figure it out and it try to come back up to 11. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now, on top of the fact that it will idle like this, which is terrible, but it will also try to die after you decelerate. So if you come to neutral while driving, and it just drops, man. So that's what we're trying to figure out today. I think the problem might actually be a tune. So my plan right now is to bump it to 1100 RPMs because that's what the tuner actually originally set it to. And we're gonna do that in ECU flash and then go for a drive, and hopefully that sort of fixes it, but it might not if it keeps jumping down to 800 RPMs. I have no idea why. I'm also not a tuner, so I don't know how to read anything in ECU flash, like at all. So I don't want to mess with anything. I'd rather just pay somebody to fix this. And since I've gotten some stuff updated anyways on the car, I might as well, get a proper tune on it. That way everything functions as it should. So let's give it a shot. Okay, before you do anything like this, make sure that your car is actually warmed up. Mine is. I let it sit for about 10 minutes. All right, so in ECU flash, if you scroll all the way down, you get to this little area for idle. And so I don't know what these are, to be honest with you. I only add the desired idle RPM in neutral and in drive and with AC on. Of course, when the fans kick on, they actually kill the car. So we're going to mess with that one first. And right now it's set to 1,000. You guys probably can't see that. There we go. Set to 1,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to bump up these 3 right here to 1102 like that one. So hit the plus, 1102, and then plus 1102. I apologize, it's a really crappy old laptop. There's no way to actually screen cap what I'm doing, so we're not going to mess with that. All right, we're going to do the desired RPM while I'm in drive. And I think this is where I tend to mess up a lot. So we're going to go ahead and just bump this up to 1102. This is what the BIS screw is set to according to the tuner. So he could have, he could have not done it right. But my software is not working with my 2.0 cable, so I'm going to have to buy a 1.3 cable back. I used to have a 1.3 cable. And ever since I got the EVO 10, I decided to get the 2.0. And ECU or EVO scan does not work with it for some reason. I've tried to figure it out. Compatibility mode, all sorts of different versions of EVO scan, like you name it, man. I couldn't figure it out. All right, so this is the AC one. So we're probably going to bump this up to, I want it to go up. So I wonder if I can just bump it to like 1150. The car will actually pick its own value, to be honest. 1148, there you go. All right, so we're going to give this a shot. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, then you guys will know. And like I said, I'm not going to mess with anything else. I think the fuel maps are completely off, especially when the car comes off of deceleration. So when like I let go of the gas, maybe it feeds too much fuel into the cylinders and the car stalls. That's a theory. I don't know. We're going to find out. Because now that it's in like pink, it knows that that's something that I edited already. So we're going to leave that alone. And then we're going to come right currently loaded ROM image to ECU. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to write it. If you're new to all this stuff, this app actually allows you to set like a rev limiter. You can actually set up a two-step. So right there, stationary rev limiter, which is kind of cool. Mine's set to like 5,000 RPM, so I don't blow out the clutch. Rev limiter, of course, I'm not going to do anything because I only have cams. I don't have springs or anything like that in the head, so I'm not going to mess with that. But yeah, this software is pretty rad, man. Like I'm a big fan. Allows you to mess with a lot of stuff. The only reason you need EVO scan other than to like log, and well, I mean you need that to log, but allows you to do certain things like open up the actuators, so aka the bisque screw for the throttle body, so you can actually adjust the idle through there once you do this. So okay, it should be done. Let's go ahead and fire it up. So it's idling right about where I need it to be, which is good, but it'll do that, but then the engine, see, yeah, that's really annoying. Let's go for a drive and see if we can figure out if that sort of fixed it or not. Man, that whining noise is driving me freaking nuts. I need to buy a power steering pump so bad, it's killing me. I'm pretty sure that's what the noise is. It only gets louder as you accelerate, but when you turn, it's fine. So I assume it's just maybe a bearing or something. So when you're cruising along, it works totally fine. Everything is okay. Like, it accelerates, like shift gears, everything, no problem. It's when you come to a stop. And so I'll show you guys here in a second. Trust me, you'll be able to hear from there. I don't even have to show you the RPMs at all. Now, of course, it didn't do it that time. I don't know why it wouldn't do it that time. There it goes. Hear that? And then it bumps back up. It went down as low as 500 RPMs right there, which is really, really crappy. See, sometimes it does it, and sometimes it doesn't. And I can't replicate it, so I don't know what's going on. Right now, it is idling exactly at where it's supposed to be, right? So 1100, and the line is between 11 and 1200 right now. So 1148 is what it's set to. It's idling at that, but then it drops. And I don't know why, man. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to take it to a professional. I think it's way above my level of DIY-ness, if you want to call it that. But before I do that, there are a few things I actually want to do to the car first. So I want to upgrade the lower intercooler pipe. I bought a really crappy Greddy one from a long time ago. It's like multiple pieces, and I need it gone. So we're going to go with a new lower intercooler pipe. I'm going to go with ETS to match the intercooler itself. And then we're going to get a new intake. I still have the factory intake with a K&N really crappy pop filter on there. I've been looking for an ARC one. It's one of the ones I wanted for a long time. There was a guy in Atlanta that was selling one for like a couple $100. Maybe he still has it. That would be freaking rad. If so, I would love to put that on the car. I'll be hunting for one of those is the point. And then I'm going to also replace the injectors just in case. I've always had issue with these anyways. I keep replacing seals after, you know, maybe a couple thousand miles. The seals just go bad on them. And I don't need fuel leaking into the engine bay, which would cause combustion and burn my car down to a crisp. So I'm not about that. I'm going to go ahead and swap them out. Like I said earlier, they are 1450cc. They're too big for this, man, honestly. I got a really good deal on them, but I think there's a reason why I got a good deal on them. They're just not very good. So I want something a little bit better. So I'm probably going to go maybe like 850. Whatever I can do for E85. Maybe 1,000. I don't need 1450. I don't know. I'll find out. You guys will know because that'll be a video that'll be coming up for this car. But yeah, that's the plan. Do some upgrades on it and get it tuned. So make sure you guys stay tuned. That was stupid. Peace.